Okay, so the augmented sixth chords. Um, think about those a little bit for a while, and I want to do this by with a presentation that I originally saw given by my my theory and comp professor from Acadia University, named Gordon Callan. Thank you very much, Gordon. And I want to show, and I want to show you how I want to do this by deriving the augmented sixth chords from the Phrygian cadence. And now, as you know, the Phrygian cadence is a half cadence on the dominant, obviously, and I want to do that. So here, essentially, is a Phrygian cadence, minor 4, 6 going to a 5. Just a sec, let me draw this out. Going to a 5 chord, like this. So I hope this can you see this? I don't know whether you can. I hope you can see this. All right, so there's the minor 4, 6 going to a 5. Okay, so that's the Phrygian cadence. Okay, now, and as you know, or at least as you can see, in that minor 4, 6 chord, you've got that 6 to the octave on D, right? That moves out, which is just similar, which is sort of a modal thing. Okay, now what I want to do, right? What I want to do now is this: if you take that C and turn it into a C sharp, so like this. Draw it out again. Hopefully you can see this. This is the next system down. You see that C sharp is C in the 4/6 has been raised to a C sharp, right? And the E flat, of course, that distance, the E flat to C sharp, makes the interval of an augmented sixth. So that is what we're talking about. That's the meat of the issue, if you will, of the augmented sixth. Okay, now, as you know, there are several different types of Neapolitan, but of augmented sixth chords, and let's talk a little. Each one of those, there's one called an Italian. There is one called a French, and then there are two German types augmented sixth chords, depending on who you know or what theory books you're aware of. Is the number one? There's the regular plain old German sixth, and when I learned it, it was called where I learned it, and from the book that I learned it. Other people have other things to that. It's also known as, depending on how you spell it, an enharmonic German sixth chord. Okay, so now, we are, of course, doing this in the key of G minor, right? Because the 4/6, right, to a 5 is I wrote it out as if it were G minor. Okay, now, so the way this works is as follows. So what you've got there in the key, right there, that augmented sixth is formed between the raised fourth scale degree, or sharp 4, right, of G, and let's say it's G major. It's easier that way. And the flatted sixth, right? It's the flatted sixth and it's flatted sixth and raised fourth scale degrees that form the augmented augmented sixth. There, thank you. Tongue-tied. But anyway, so that's the basic augmented sixth interval, right? Now, if you add the tonic, you can see that the tonic to the augmented sixth of the flat 6 and sharp 4, and you add a tonic to that, and these down here are just scale degrees, right? The flat 6, sharp 4, and the tonic. That's what you call an Italian sixth chord. That's an Italian 6th chord. Okay? So a flat 6 sharp 4 tonic and scale degrees, and flat 6 sharp 4 and a tonic. That makes an Italian augmented 6th chord. And if in a 4-voice texture, you would have, what you do is you double the G. So basically, what flat 6, sharp 4, and 2 tonics. That turns in that makes the Italian 6th chord. Okay, now if you add take that C sharp, E flat, G, and then add an A to that, which is of course the sharp 4, flat 6, and the tonic, and the second scale degree. Right, like so. Here's what we're talking about. Right, hopefully you can see that. You got the E flat, G, A, and C sharp. Right, the flat 6, sharp 4, and the tonic, and the second scale degree. That is what's known as a French 6th chord. A French 6th chord. And that looks so. That's the French 6th. The French 6th chord. The French 6th reminds me of the old Monty Python thing. The large. But, okay, so hopefully you get that idea. All right, now, if you take that sharp 4 and flat 6 and a tonic, and you add the flat 3, the lowered third scale degree, so what you've got there's an E flat, G, B flat, and C sharp. It's got a little crowded, but I hope you can see that. All right, that's known as a German 6th chord. A German 6th chord. Okay. Right. So the flat 6, sharp 4 tonic, and the flat 3. That's the German 6th chord. Now, the other German is called enharmonic, and the reason they do that, the reason why it's called that, is because what you're doing is instead of a flat 3, you add a sharp 2. So flat 6, sharp 4, a tonic, and a sharp 2. So E flat, G, B flat, not B flat, but A sharp, A sharp, and then C sharp. Yeah, my examples are getting a little crowded. So, but hopefully you can see where I'm talking about. So it's a flat 6, sharp 4 tonic, and a sharp 2. So E flat, C sharp, G, and B sharp, and A sharp instead of the B flat. Those are the enharmonic Germans, right? So that basically is. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a keyboard with me, so I can't really play you examples of these. But that would be that would also be something that I'd include in a theory lecture. Okay. All right. I hope that gives you enough of an idea of what I would do. Anyway, here's me signing off.